What's going on, guys? Today we are going right back at it. Day 2 of our best 11 plus bench, so 18 players in total. So yeah, let's get it started with our last bench player. Real quick though, buddies. I've been having some issues with my processing. For some reason, it's taken over 10 hours for my first best 11 to process. So if you did not see part 1, I will leave a link in the description. Check it out, see who all's on the bench. Alright guys, our last bench player might come as a little bit of a surprise. It is another midfielder, and it is none other than Zinedine Zidane. That's right, he's on the bench. You'll just have to see who's in the starting 11, you'll see soon. But yeah, Zidane started in Cannes, and he didn't really build his name until he got to Bordeaux, where he just flourished. I mean, absolutely flourished. His imagination, his creativity, I mean, it was just unbelievable what he could do with the ball. Yeah, and then with him being good at Bordeaux, he gets the transfer to Juventus, and at Juventus he shines even brighter, wins the Ballon d'Or, FIFA World Player of the Year, all that stuff. And also while at Juventus, he was with France. While with France, he won the 1998 World Cup. He won the 2000 UEFA European Football Championship. Just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. With Juventus, he got 2 Serie A's. He was the runner-up twice for the Champions League with Juventus. He got the Super Cup in Italy. He got the UEFA Super Cup. He got the Intercontinental Cup. But then he was one of the very first Galacticos transfers and went to Real Madrid. He got a La Liga trophy. He got a Super Cup in Spain. He got a UEFA Champions League finally. And of course, he got another Super Cup and another Intercontinental Cup. But yeah, pretty much everywhere he went, he won Player of the Year. Individually, of course. He won Player of the Year everywhere. I mean, absolutely everywhere. Like I said before, he got the Ballon d'Or, the FIFA World Player of the Year. Every World Cup he played at, he was in the team of the tournament. Every European Championship, he was in the team of the tournament. I mean, this guy was just absolutely crazy with the ball. I mean, you did not have to worry whenever he was on the field. If he was in a tight position, it wasn't a tight position for him, because his control of the ball and his finesse and his beauty with the ball was just never seen before, and possibly never seen again. And yeah, it was like dancing with the ball. It was just crazy, crazy awesome. He is a legend. So we are finally breaking into our starting 11. And yes, we are starting with the goalkeeper. And you guys might be wondering, who is better than Iker Casillas? Who is better than Buffon? Who is better than Schmeichel, besides Casillas, obviously? And it is none other than Lev Yashin, the Soviet Black Spider. Yes, that's right. Me, as an American, has picked a Soviet Russian as the greatest ever goalkeeper. So yeah, Yashin, of course he played a long time ago, but you know, something that was very admirable about him was he played for the same club for over 20 years, Dynamo Moscow, which by the way are still around. And yeah, he was absolutely a beast. I mean, everyone knows, everyone, and I mean everyone, says that he is by far the greatest goalkeeper of all time, and that includes myself. Yeah. I mean, with his country, he did really well at World Cups. He single-handedly saved them embarrassment. I mean, then with the big thing with the Soviet Union was he was their goalkeeper for the European Football Championship in 1960. He got a gold medal at the Olympics in 1956. Just crazy, you know. He got a gold medal and he got a European Championship with the Soviet Union, which is just amazing. And most of the games, it was because of him they won. Yes, someone scored a goal here and there, but he made sure no one, and I mean no one, got through his line. With Dynamo Moscow, he was a 5-time champion with the Soviet top league back then. He won the Soviet Cup 3 times. And then individually, he was always the best goalkeeper in the USSR. Not every single year, but a lot. He was a European Footballer of the Year, which is, you know, I'm not exactly sure how many goalkeepers have won that, but I guarantee you it's not many. And then, of course, he is the only goalkeeper to have won the Ballon d'Or. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Best goalkeeper ever, and possibly ever. So, yeah. Once again, the Russian legend. Amazing. Up next is our first defender, and yes, it is none other than the Brazilian left back Roberto Carlos. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows about Roberto Carlos, but man, for someone so small, my God, did he pack a punch with his kick. It was just outrageous what he could do with the football, especially in dead ball situations. In my opinion, one of the greatest free kick takers of all time. Just unbelievable. And this guy's a left back. And then you want to talk about defensive capabilities. Every single person who has played with him, everyone who's ever coached him will tell you that if you had him on the left side, you didn't have to worry about anything. Because yes, he was an amazing attacker, but there was no way you're getting the ball by him. You just weren't. You know, big downside was he was small, so heading the ball, he was never going to win that battle, but that's why he was a left back, because he was on the far left and he would just take the ball from you. He's also just a serial winner, absolutely crazy winner. While in Brazil with Palmeiras, he got 2 Serie A's, he got two of their league cups, so to speak, and then he did spend a year at Inter. That was unsuccessful, and funny story about that was Roy Hodgson was actually the coach there, and wanted him to be like a left winger, like a left mid kind of thing. And Roberto Carlos was like, no, I want to be a left back. He went and talked to the owner. He said he wanted to be a left back, and the only solution that could be made was he be sold, and he was, and it was actually the best thing for him, because he ended up at Real Madrid, where he went on to win 4 La Ligas. He got the Super Cup, he got 3 Champions Leagues, he got the Intercontinental Cup, and he got the Super Cup, which is crazy, by the way. And then with his country, I mean, he won everything you can win. He got a World Cup. He got 2 Copa Americas. He got the Confed Cup. I mean, he won everything. And then individually, as a left back, in 1997, he got 2nd place in the FIFA World Player of the Year. I mean, as a left back, unheard of. Crazy. 2-time FIFA World Cup All-Star Team, 2-time UEFA Defender of the Year. He was twice in the UEFA Team of the Year, and he's also a Golden Foot winner, and he's also in the FIFA 100. Easily the greatest left back of all time, and just unfreaking believable. Up next is the man who is arguably the most important person in Spanish football as far as the national team goes, and that has to be Xavi Hernandez. He's aged. Obviously, he's still playing, but he is aged, and we've seen it affect Spain in a dramatic sense. I don't think a lot of people realized how important this guy was, but he is the tick. He is the one who makes everything work. He's the boss. And yeah, he's a Barcelona guy through and through, and yeah, he's been there forever, and he's won everything. I mean, absolutely crazy, incredible passing skill. I mean, he holds the ball well. He's probably the greatest passer the game has ever seen. He can score some goals, but yeah, you want to talk about the best assister, the John Stockton of soccer, it has to be Xavi. Yeah, with Barcelona, he has won 7 La Ligas, 2 Copa del Reys, 6 Super Cups in Spain. He got 3 UEFA Champions League. He's got 2 Super Cups. He's got 2 Club World Cups. And then when you go on to the international side, yeah, I mean, he is part of one of the greatest national sides of all time. And not only is he a part of it, he is arguably the most important piece of it. He got 2 European Championships. He got a FIFA World Cup. He got, I mean, it's just crazy. He also, back in the day, he also got the World Youth Championship. Not that that's as important, but yeah, he was the boss of that Spain team. Even though Casillas is the captain, Xavi was the one who made it work. He's the one who was the boss in the midfield and kept the ball and played the way they did. Individually, I mean, he's won just about every honor you can except for a Ballon d'Or. By the way, in 2010 when his team won the World Cup, he should have won that Ballon d'Or. I think Messi actually won that on name alone. That's just me personally. Tell me what you think in the comments. But yeah, he didn't win. He hasn't won European Player of the Year. He got 2nd place once, and you know, that's a shame too. I think there was a couple times where he gets overlooked. But yeah, he's been the man of the match in a Champions League final. He's been the UEFA Club Midfielder of the Year. He's been in 6 World 11 teams. I mean, he's been in the world. He was the World Cup in the World Cup Dream Team in 2010, and in both European Championships that he won and that he's been a part of. Of course, he was in the team of the tournament. I mean, the guy is just legendary. I rate him higher than I do Zidane. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Tell me what you think in the comments. But yeah, this guy, legendary. Up next is going to be my left mid, my left winger. You guys might find this a little funny, but to me, the best ever to play the game, who is actually still playing, is of course Cristiano Ronaldo. For me, Ronaldo is one of the most complete players to have ever played the game. Minus his defense. His defending is when he tries to defend, he normally ends up getting a card for it. But yeah, as far as midfield and striking and forward ability, the most complete beast of a player I have ever seen and probably will ever see. He's obviously Portuguese and he played in Sporting, and the story goes that while playing in a friendly against Manchester United, the United players were so crazy about him that they went straight to Fergie and said, okay, you gotta buy him. You gotta buy him. And which he did. He paid a big price for him, but he bought him. And while at Manchester, he really developed and aged well with the youth system. And yeah, his skill just kept on going up, and it hasn't stopped going up. While at Manchester, as far as awards go, I mean, he won everything you literally can win in England. So, I mean, he got 3 Premier Leagues, he got the FA Cup, he got 2 League Cups, he got the Community Shield, he got a UEFA Champions League, he got the Club World Cup, and yeah, near the end of his contract, he decided, you know what, Real Madrid is the club that I've always dreamed about playing for, and that's exactly where he's went, and he hasn't looked back since. And he's been, I mean, he went from being an amazing left mid winger kind of player to being one of the most prolific left forwards, I guess you could call him, and just scores goals like it's, you know, like it's as easy as breathing. While at Real Madrid, he's won a La Liga. He's got 2 Copa del Rey. He's got a Super Cup in Spain, the Supercopa de España. Oh my God, am I Spanish? Hopefully that wasn't bad. He's got a Champions League, he's got a Super Cup, and he's got a Club World Cup. Crazy good. Now with Portugal, the closest thing he's ever won with a trophy is he got 2nd place at the 2004 European Championships. They honestly, that team should have won because of how much talent was on it. But yeah, other than that, yeah, he hasn't won anything with Portugal. But individually, this guy is just a monster, just a freaking monster. Yeah, he's got 3 Ballon d'Ors, 3. Back in 2008, he had a World Player and a Ballon d'Or, and then they combined them. Yeah, you guys know how it goes. And then, of course, he's the current holder of the FIFA Ballon d'Or and last year's FIFA Ballon d'Or winner as well. He's been in the 2004 and 2012 UEFA Team of the Tournament. And then as far as club level, I mean, a 9-time UEFA Team of the Year player. I mean, he was a Premier League Team of the Year 4 times. I mean, the dude's just absolutely crazy. Player of the Year everywhere he's played. I mean, if I tried to list off every single award this guy has won, I would be blue in the face and probably have to go to the hospital. It's just, he's won everything. I mean, he's won everything. He's won UEFA Footballer of the Year. He's been the top scorer in every league he's been. He's been the top scorer in Europe several times. I mean, he's won the best goal of the year. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So for me, I don't care how cocky anyone thinks he is. I think he deserves all the awards he gets. And yeah, but for me, by far the best left mid, left winger to ever play the game. Alright guys, the last player of the day is who I consider to be the 2nd greatest player ever to play the game. And it is a bit of a surprise because I also have him as my attacking midfielder. And that is, of course, Pelé. That's right, I have the Brazilian wonder, Pelé, as in my opinion, the 2nd greatest player ever to play the game. And I have him in my attacking midfield role. Now, a lot of people think he was a striker, and you know that's okay if you believe that. But for me personally, I think he was more of an attacking mid, because he did come back on the ball. He did come back He would go all the way back to his opposing side and try to defend and push back, and he did a lot of things. I mean, he is a number 10, and he just tried to do it all. His defending was meh, but he tried, and which is very important. But once he had the ball, if he had the ball, you were not taking it from him, period. He was not the best ball dribbler in the world. As a matter of fact, he played with the best ball dribbler the game has ever seen. But as far as just an impact player, the guy he's Pele. I mean, what else can you say? He's freaking Pele. Everyone knows Pele. Everyone knows about him. And I know it's a bit of a cliche to stick him in the starting 11, but I just couldn't get around it. It's Pele. With Brazil, of course, he won 3 World Cups. Now, one of those, he only played in 1 game, and then he got injured. And then someone else actually ended up being the boss of that World Cup. I'll tell you about that tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, he still got 3 freaking World Cup medals, which is just nuts. I mean, that Brazil team is just obviously one of the greatest of all time. Them, and of course, people are arguing the Spain team of recent times to be the 2 best sides that the world has ever seen. Me personally, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think it's too early with Spain. I want to give it a few years and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, with Santos, he got 2 of the Copa Libertadores, which is like the UEFA Champions League, only in Brazil, or not Brazil, in South America. I mean, he won everything you can there. And yeah, then he went to the New York Cosmos. He won there. I mean, he won the North American Soccer League, the Soccer Bowl. That, you know, fantastic. But individually, I mean, the dude was just unstoppable. I mean, with Santos, he was an 11-time top scorer. 11-time, you know? And at the World Cups, he was always one of the best. Now, as far as being he never scored the most goals at any World Cup, but he was always the best player. He definitely, you know, obviously won all those awards that you can. He has been a World Cup Golden Ball winner. He's been a Copa America best player. You know, and in 2013, the FIFA Ballon d'Or, whatever you want to call it, gave him an honor. I mean, they also credit him with scoring the most career goals ever, with 1,283 goals in 1,363 games, which is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Absolutely credible. I mean, what else can you say other than it's freaking Pele, and he deserves everything that he's been given. And yeah, but for me, second best player, and tomorrow you will find out who I consider to be the first. Guys, that's gonna do it for today. Today we knocked out our last bench player. We got our first 5 in the starting 11. Tomorrow I will be dishing out excuse me, our last 6. And yeah, tell me in the comments what you think. If you liked the episode, hit that thumbs up. If you did not, hit that thumbs down. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. You can hit the watermark in the video at the bottom right corner. I think it's this direction. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Crowd screaming.
That's what I thought, ass clowns. That's what I... Wait, hold up. I got this. I don't...